Alright, so I'm going to talk about some of the information that was released about EA UFC, and I'm going to try and make sense out of it because a lot of it does not make sense, especially how the striking, defense, and submission works. But in this video, I'm only going to focus on the striking. Right now, it's been confirmed. There's going to be only one control scheme. Striking will be done with buttons and grappling will be done with a stick. That's it. And in my opinion, that's the right move. The four face buttons will control the striking. So if you're on the PlayStation, the square buttons for the left hand punch, the triangle buttons for the right hand punch, X is for the left kick, and circle is for the right kick. The L1 trigger is the power modifier, just like in UFC Undisputed 3, and the R1 trigger, which used to be for the block in UFC 3, will now be used for dynamic or acrobatic strikes like jumping off the cage and all that. Now the part that's confusing and causing all kinds of anger is the part about the defense. So the block will be using the right trigger, that's R2 for the PlayStation. Brian Hayes said that holding that trigger is going to block about 50 to 60% of all incoming shots. So what I get from that is, if you hold down R2, it's going to block some punches, but eventually the punches are going to start getting through that block. It also said that it's going to block all incoming shots. So that means that holding down R2 is going to slightly block headshots, body shots, and leg kicks. Now the site that I got this info from, Game Planet, doesn't say anything about head movement, but it does say that if while blocking, you also hold either a punch or kick button, it's going to parry punches to the head and body and also check leg kicks. Now this is where the problem is. Now I don't know if it's just that these people are having a hard time writing down what they saw in the game using the right words, or we are just not getting it. But I don't see EA being dumb enough to add an automatic parry in this game. I just don't see it. But that's pretty much what this article is saying. If you hold down the block and hold down either the punch or kick buttons, it's gonna parry the strike coming at you. So if I hold down R2 and hold down the square button at the same time, I'm gonna automatically parry every single punch? That makes no sense. I don't see EA doing something that stupid. Giving players the ability to parry every single strike by simply holding down a button, I just don't see them doing that. What I think is, we're not getting accurate information from all these sites. On Game Planet, it talks about holding down the block and strike buttons to parry strikes. On a different site, it says that we'll be able to use head movement to slip punches. On a different site, it says something completely different. It says that holding the right trigger will block incoming attacks, but it's not completely effective unless you correctly block high or low, which is done by holding the punch or kick buttons in conjunction with the trigger. So now you're not parrying high or low, you're blocking high and low? Which is it? It also said that your fighter may swat a strike to the side or dodge it altogether. Skilled players can also evade attacks manually by using the left stick to move their fighter's head out of the way. Which is it? Are we parrying high and low or blocking high and low? And can all fighters use head movement or just some fighters? Which is it? So you see, these sites cannot be trusted because they don't know what they're talking about. It's like these guys just showed up, played the game while scratching their balls, and then wrote down some bullshit. None of them were able to explain accurately and in detail what they freaking saw. It makes no sense to me. This is worse than having no information at all, in my opinion. So we need to wait. There's gonna be videos released weekly, so let's hope that EA can shed some light on this. For now, we just need to wait because these guys who saw the game are pretty much useless. They can't explain anything for shit. Get me in there, let me get my hands on this game, and when I explain what I saw, you understand it completely. But these guys, it's like pulling teeth. Anyways, that's about it for now. I'll talk about the submission system later, but for now, like I said, let's all just wait. We'll be getting some accurate information pretty soon. Thanks for watching, guys, and be safe.